the right camera?
Yeah.
Yay! There we go. So, good afternoon everybody. Hope you're having a lovely Sunday. My name's Ian and I'll be today taking you through our latest book, or guide as we call it. So Natalie is sat next to me as well if there are any questions I can't answer. And the YouTube's gone live, so that's good. So our latest book is a Designing with Vectors book. So it's aimed at people who want to create their own files for making cards and things with.
That's nice.
So, yeah, with your scan and cut, or a digital cutter, isn't it? It's not necessarily just your scan and cut.
Also, because doing things like print, but you'll be coming onto that as you flick through.
So we haven't done a flick through yet of this one, so we thought that we'd give it a quick flick through. Don't be afraid to say hi if you are watching. Just drop me a hi in the comments, and I'll.
I can't see any comments yet, but bear with me. I'm just trying to get into it. It's
okay.
being a bit
I've got it on my side, so it's alright.
slow. There we go.
So. I'll move it over just a little bit. I'm going to try and do this the best I can without damaging poor Natty's book. This is our one and only copy, so it's pristine. Never been used. So we have our usual welcome and we have our contents guide at the start here. So you can see we've got some software guides, some vector design, using text, colour basics, some print design, some advanced tools, and some finishing and exports. So I've got a few bits that you can flick through. I'm going to pick up the back a little bit as well, so it just takes that glare off that the one side. So we go through lots of different programs. So we've got Adobe Illustrator, we've got Illustrator for iPad, Affinity Designer, Designer for iPad, Corel Draw, and Inkscape. That needs to go that way a bit.
I'm going to say up and to your left a bit. Do you want to go back to the other view? Hey, up and to your left.
That's okay, isn't it?
There you go.
Out there. That'll do that. So we go through all the bits of software. So we go Adobe Illustrator, and we go into rather a lot of detail. We have cheat sheets for each. Illustrator for iPad, Affinity Designer, and again you'll find they all have their own cheat sheets that you can use. We have Designer for the iPad, we go into Corel Draw, again with its cheat sheets, Inkscape, again with a cheat sheet, and then we come into actually designing vectors. So in here you've got more of a detailed breakdown of all your bits. So we've got getting started with files, you've got all your objects, groups, layers, starting a new design, starting to draw shapes, constraining movements, colouring objects, path basics, outlines and strokes, fills and gradients, calculations, hi Sally Ann, calculations, compound calculations, freehand drawing, offsetting, exercise sheet of 1, and some eraser tools. So as we go through, so again it's nicely decolored, illustrated, lots of information, lots of hints, tips, drawing your basic shapes, how to constrain your movements, so when you're drawing a shape how to keep it all one shape. You've got lots of different exercises in the bottom there as well, so it is a do and use book rather than a read and then do afterwards. You're very much better off using it as a guide while you're sat at your computer and going through it a bit at a time. Do it in little bite-sized chunks, don't try and do it all at once because you'll just melt your mind. You know, do it in a bit at a time, take your time, do a section, when you're happy with it, move on to the next one. rather than try and do it all at once. So it even goes into things like your offsetting, or how to do it in all the different programs. Lots of exercises to play with. So in here it's like just taking everything you've learnt in that section and having a good play around and seeing what you can do. And some exercises that will get you more confident with what you're using. And we've got another bit on the back there about your eraser tool, and where it varies in each of these sections. Then we go into using text. So with using text we cover the text basics, curving text, editing characters, wrapping text and, warping up wrapping. All the right letters, just not so in the right order there. Warping text and paths, and text exercises. So as you can see, again we've put exercises in here for you to go over what we've done and sort of have that knowledge. We should talk about all your different guidelines you can set up and how to have curving text. Lots of exercises there for people to try, and even go into editing characters. And again we've got another double page spread of text exercises, things you can test and try. Again, like I said, it is a learn and do book, if that makes sense. So it's more of a, as you're reading the book, you want to be having the programs open that you've got, going through them, using them, and then checking to see what section does which bits for you. So then we get into our colour basics. So covering colour accuracy, choosing colours, colour charts, colour chart bookmark, gradients and shading, transparency and tinting, and registration and weeding.
Do you want to just say hi to Carrick as well? I don't think you can see Carrick's comments.
Oh, sorry Carrick. Hi Carrick. I can't see it on there, you know, you're right. So
yeah, Carrick's watching on YouTube.
Okay. So then we got colour accuracy, choosing colours, and then that is gone into these wonderful colour charts. So starting with no yellow all the way through to 100% yellow, so all the different shades you get in between. And then we've got things like doing your colour chart bookmarks. So
the idea being that you then have a black gradient that you use over the top of your colour chart, so that you can actually then see the colour that you're looking for. And hi Linda, and thank you.
And then we have gradients and shadings, transparent and tinting, again all going into lots of detail, your registration and weeding boxes. And then finally we have our print and design as well. So we have texture and patterns, layer effects, tracing, importing images and files, pattern design, clipping pass, and print and cut. So you have your texture patterns, lots again of exercises. So the little yellow boxes you can see at the bottom and throughout the book are little exercises for you to test and do. Again, each section goes through each program as well, so if it's different in one of the programs to the other, we make notes and we tell you all these things. Lots of exercises to play with and to go through. Again, create a sticker sheet, how to do that.
And all the exercises link to the accompanying group.
Yes.
So that you can upload what you do.
We've got
And
print
get
and cut as well.
feedback or get help if you can't manage a particular element of a task.
And we have also the advanced tools. So you have your brushes, symbols, align
Ah,
and
Carrick
distribute.
is friends with Carol.
Ah.
Yes, Carol is usually frequently on our streams, so yeah.
Yes. So again, using all the different brushes, how to access them in each of the programs, all the different advanced tools that come with it, symbols and how to use symbols, again more exercises for you to play with, snapping grids and guides along with your line and distribute, which are great for playing here. And then we have our finishing and export, so it's saving your files. The best way to save what they can export as.
Do you know, that's the first time I've actually seen all the way through the printed book.
Is it? There you
Yeah.
go. Little bit on the back now you've finished. So it tells you if you've enjoyed the book. We do have 3 other books also available. It also gives you the code to join the group, so I won't stay on there too long.
Yeah,
It's also got the dedications, and you also have the index in the back. So we have a quick index in the back which has all the different bits that you can ping through to find to make it easier for you. And that is our book.
So the index is also going to be used in the project book. So it's going to be a project book that's going to accompany it that I'm working on at the moment. And also, if you've seen that we've actually introduced membership to the Buy Me a Coffee page, and there's going to be some tutorials that they can link back to this book too.
Yep. So our book is available on Amazon. How much is this one?
Let me get it right. It's either 20 or 25. I think it's 20. Roughly. Obviously it will vary by location as well.
That's bad, I can't remember.
Yeah, I'm having one of those. I know the first two were about 15.
The first two are 15, the big one is 40.
Yeah,
I think
and that one is somewhere in the middle.
Somewhere in the middle, yeah. But it is available on Amazon. We'll put up a link up on
the group
for you, so it is back at the top of the group. If you're not already a member of the group is
Scan and Cut and Paper Craft Classes, Courses and Workshops by Plannercraft. Or just go to facebook.com/groups/Plannercraft and get them much easier.
There you go.
And so, if you're watching on Facebook, you're already in the group.
Yeah, because this is going to stream to the group, so yeah. We will put a link back at the top.
Yes, I am planning on being back this week. I should be back on Tuesday at 11 is my plan, so long as Hip carries on recovering at the rate it's going at. So we're doing our best to look after it, aren't we?
We are. So does anybody have any questions for us before we go too far? Before I say it was only a quick flick through, because we normally do one for each of the books.
And we just hadn't done one
and we hadn't done one for this one yet. So it's a good book. It's got 130 something pages in it, is it?
Yeah, and you'll notice it's a slightly different design to our book.
Yep,
so we've got the black spine, because all our sort of tech books are going to have a black spine. Yep. So there's going to be a scale version, so shortcuts a lot. And then there's going to be another version that's going to have canvas, and we're looking at doing a design studio and the silhouette software version as well. So we're being totally non-biased.
Yes, we do try and be, don't we? We try and make sure that we cover.
Yes, and we've got some exciting things happening with the DT, haven't we?
Yeah.
That we'll be able to talk about later in the week.
So if there aren't any questions, apart from about you streaming next week, which you will be,
yep,
we will call that a short video.
And I will see you all Tuesday.
Yeah, and we look forward to seeing you Tuesday. I won't, because I'll be at work, but Natalie will be there on Tuesday to watch. Take good care of you all, I know she will. So thank you all for joining me, and we look forward to seeing you then.
Bye.